Morning, welcome back. So today, Wednesday, Michelle's working in the city, so I'm just dropping her off at the train station. Um, and I'm working at home, so I'm going to take the opportunity, I think, to try and get for a lunchtime swim, because that's just across the road from where we live. And Cookie's in the back, so I'll take her for a walk as soon as we've dropped Michelle off.
Yeah, and now I'm on a rest day today, so yay! I love rest days.
Works out really well when you work in the city.
It does actually, yeah. Well, that's why Wednesday is a rest day.
It's no secret. All right then, see you soon. Bye.
Right, I'm back in my home office. Michelle's successfully dropped off at the train station. Cookie's walked and fed. I've made myself a coffee to get the day going. So, I'm only going swimming today, so I can't take any camera action in there. So I thought what I'll do a review of my long run yesterday. What I do, the 5 key things that I try and bear in mind before, during and after any long session, particularly the midweek long run, because I'm doing that around work. And as you'll have seen, my midweek long run is quite substantial. Yesterday at 1 hour and 40 was the shortest for a couple of weeks. It's been up to 2 hours, and that's not unusual. And again, the reason I do a long midweek long run is to free up more time over the weekend. So I generally do 2 3 to 4 hour sessions, one on Saturday, one on Sunday. But yeah, that's not about that. Let's get talking about the long run and how I approach it during the week. So first of all, get your diary and the timing sorted out. This week it worked out that I could actually get it done before work, which is really useful because especially at the moment in an Australian summer, the day does heat up. So getting out before work yesterday was very beneficial. Yeah, it was still 20 plus degrees, but it wasn't mid-30s, so then plan around it. So the first thing I've got is so fuel before. In the day leading up, a couple of days leading up, make sure you're getting enough carbohydrates in, especially if you're doing other training sessions. Like you need to refuel from your previous session and fuel ahead for the next session. And that includes hydration as well. Get your hydration right. This year I've moved to this precision fuel and hydration. I had a sweat test at Busselton, so I know the amount of sodium that I sweat. So I'll do a sodium load protocol the day before a big session. Yeah, and just make sure like the dinner before, you're getting some good carbohydrates in, some easily digestible carbohydrate. Tip 1. Number 2, know your route and your terrain. By that I mean, like I'm lucky here, I can run up and down the coast path. I don't have to worry about anything. There's ample street lighting, there's water fountains frequently, there's no significant hills or climbs to talk about. So I can just put on my headphones and head down, bum up, and just run for as long as I need to, turn around and run home again. But up until 6 months ago, we were living up in a place called Bel Air, beautiful suburb in the Adelaide Hills, the inner hills. But that was much hillier. So I'd be going out in my trail shoes, and you have to be more conscious. So a head torch was very beneficial up there. So making sure the battery on the head torch was essential. Battery was fully charged on the head torch rather, because there's no street lightings in a national park, and I don't want to run into a koala or a kangaroo. And then going back to the terrain and the where you're running, this is my third, is make sure you got the right kit and footwear. So yesterday morning, like I said, it was touching on, it was over 20 degrees. Hot weather clothes, like a singlet, some lightweight shorts, and my normal road running shoes. If you're running on trails and you have access to them, you'll want to wear some more grippier shoes. Tip number 4, the fuel during the run. So it's also important because it will actually aid your recovery as well as keep your carbohydrates topped up as you go along. So it's really important to keep the fuel going in. And so for that, I use I've got a flask that I carry with me. And this I'll just have the electrolytes in, and I also carry a gel, sometimes a caffeinated gel, depends how I'm feeling. But mostly I'll try and get through on a long run 2 to 3 gels. And what's this? This is like 400 mils of water or electrolyte, I believe, 500 mils of electrolyte drink. If it's a super long run, I've also got a running backpack, an Osprey backpack that has a couple of water bottle holders. And that's really useful for the long stuff. And if I'm taking you along for the journey, I can stick the camera in there, very easy. I don't have to think about it. And then going back to the kit, I personally don't like going out and then having to shed a layer, take a jacket off and wrap it around my waist. So I'd rather go out in the t-shirt and be cold to start with, knowing that you're going to warm up as the run goes along. And finally, number 5 is make sure you recover properly. So as soon as you get in through the door, depending on how you feel, try and get some protein and carbohydrate inside you. Start that rehydration and whatever other recovery protocols you've got. Like we're quite lucky, we've got an ice bath in the back garden now, so I can jump in that if I'm in no rush to get to work. We've got compression tights, encourage the blood flow up and down the legs. We've also got the calf guards, which do a similar job, but just obviously onto your calves. And that's it. That's my 5 tips for a successful midweek long run. Right, I better get to work now, and we'll speak to you all later.
There we go, another swim, another lunch, another swim. 1500 meters in the bank this time. I'm back on the form goggles training little plans to do some proper intervals and things. Still really concentrating on my form and technique like I have been for the last couple of weeks. I know I've got the endurance. It's not my first rodeo. It's not the first time I've done an Ironman or a 70.3. What I'm trying to do is just get round A, faster, and B, less fatigued. Yeah, try and put me in a better spot for the rest of the race. So that's it. That's my training day done for today. Home for lunch, and then pick up Shell from the train station later to hear about a big day in the big smoke. And I forgot to say again, if you're liking what we're doing, please like and subscribe. It means a lot to us. See you soon.